She's smart, she's manipulative, and she's unforgettable. Amy Dunne from Gone Girl is one of the most fascinating and complex characters in modern storytelling. But who is Amy really? Is she a victim, a villain, or something in between? Let's break it down in today's character analysis of Amy Dunne. When we first meet Amy Dunne, she seems perfect, beautiful, smart, talented, and loved by every single person that knows her. She's the cool girl, in her own words. Thankfully, later on, she actually explains what she means by this cool girl persona. This version of Amy is the idealized one, crafted to meet society's expectations and, more importantly, the expectations placed on her by her husband, Nick. Amy wasn't just born perfect, she was raised perfect. I mean, her parents wrote a series of children's books called Amazing Amy. And this, of course, put tremendous pressure on Amy to live up to this fictional persona placed upon her. Imagine being compared to a flawless version of yourself for your entire life. It's no surprise Amy learned how to create a facade to please others. But beneath the surface, there's a much darker truth about Amy. She's not just striving for perfection, she uses it as a weapon. Back to the cool girl thing. One of the most iconic scenes in Gone Girl is Amy's cool girl monologue. In this moment, she exposes the way women often mold themselves to fit the desires of men. Nick loved the girl I was pretending to be, the cool girl. Men always say that as a defining compliment, don't they? She's a cool girl. Cool girls are hot. Cool girls are game. Cool girls never get angry. Amy then confesses that she spent years pretending to be Nick's version of this perfect wife. She ate junk food, pretended to love the same hobbies as him, and suppressed her true feelings, all to keep him happy. This monologue is a turning point in understanding Amy. It shows us how deeply she resents her societal expectations while also revealing how much control she craves over the people around her. For Amy, relationships are a game, and she's determined to win. Now let's dive into the part of Amy that really leaves people speechless. Her incredible ability to manipulate everyone around her. Amy doesn't just react to situations, she creates them. Her schemes are elaborate, precise, and calculated to cause maximum impact. Take her plan to frame her own husband Nick for murder, for example. This isn't just petty revenge, it's a masterclass in manipulation. Amy carefully plants clues to make herself look like the ultimate victim. She goes as far as faking an entire journalism of supposed abuse. She also befriends a pregnant neighbor to use her as a character witness. She even stages a crime scene to make it look like Nick attacked her. And the most terrifying part? She was always 10 steps ahead. When her plan goes off track, like when she's robbed at the motel, she doesn't panic. Instead, she pivots to another strategy, using her ex-boyfriend Desi as a backup plan. But before we get to that, can we talk about the fact that she smeared her own blood all over the floor and cleaned it up in a messy manner because she thought that's exactly what Nick would do? I mean, who thinks of something like that? It's just genius. I hate to say it, but it's genius. As I mentioned before, Amy's manipulation isn't just about power, it's about control. She feels a need to control how others see her, how they feel about her, and how they respond to her. And for Amy, the ends always justify the means. Here's where things get complicated. Is Amy a villain, or is she a victim of her own circumstances? This question is one of the main things that makes the movie so goddamn interesting. I mean, I've seen it about 3 times myself, and I still don't know if she was totally in the wrong. I can justify what she did. No matter how insane it is, I can see why she did it. On one hand, Amy is undeniably ruthless. She ruins lives without a second thought, and her actions are definitely extreme and even psychopathic. But then there's the other hand. Amy is also a product of her environment. She grew up under an immense amount of pressure to be perfect. She lived in a world that rewarded her for being beautiful, talented, and accommodating, but punished her for being a flawed human being. When she marries Nick, she throws herself into being the perfect wife, only to discover that Nick is unfaithful and ungrateful. Amy's actions are cruel, but they're also a response to the betrayal and disillusionment she feels. It's not just a revenge thing either. She simply wants to regain control that she once had in her relationship with Nick. And then there's the question, what makes Amy Dunne such an unforgettable character? It's the fact that she's impossible to pin down. She's not just a villain or a victim, she's both. She's a mirror that reflects society's obsession with perfection, control, and gender roles. Amy forces us, the viewers, to ask a lot of uncomfortable questions. Questions like, what does it mean to be the perfect partner? How much of our identity is shaped by what others expect of us? And finally, at what point does ambition or self-preservation cross the line into cruelty? Even by the end of the story, Amy remains an enigma. She and Nick stay together, not out of love, but out of mutual manipulation and dependency. It's a twisted conclusion, but it fits perfectly with who Amy is. A character who defies expectations at every single turn. Amy Dunne isn't a character that you can simply forget. She's brilliant, terrifying, and endlessly fascinating. Whether you see her as a hero, a villain, or something in between, there's no denying that Amy forces us to confront the darkest parts of human nature. But what do you think about Amy Dunne? Is she justified in her actions, or do her manipulations go way too far? Be sure to let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into iconic characters. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.